Hello there, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. How you doing today? I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive. Here I am. Let's do this. Welcome to your twin flame reading for October 2019 and beyond. You'll notice in the title it's October-ish. I've been busy, haven't we all? So go have a look at the links below if you're new to my channel, because the definition of twin flame that I am working with, inspired by the work of KAHN, his video is down there too. He did a great one on soul contracts, twin flames, soulmates, and all of that. I've done a few of my own, clarifying twin flames and soulmates. The links are down there just because apparently the definition that most people are working with, twin flames and soulmates being the same thing, they're not the same thing. And you have more than one twin flame, you have more than one soulmate. So just briefly, your twin flame contracts are pre-incarnational agreements, things written into the script of the life of the character you're playing. Remember, you are a soul that was chosen to play the role of the personality, the character in the third dimensional plane on planet Earth. And your twin flame contracts are about relationships that teach you how to take care of yourself, how to love yourself, how to heal yourself. In other words, by contract, your twin flames cannot give you what you want. They give you what you need, right? Which is all of the fodder necessary for you to learn, to heal, to grow yourself, right? So they are tricky, they are transformative, they are turbulent, they are tumultuous, and by all means hardly only confined to romantic sexual relationships. The content and the form, right? The content of the twin flame is the same, regardless of the form, but the forms vary. This can be family, this can be friends, this can be co-workers, bosses, even perhaps political officials if they are pushing your buttons so that you can love what rises and heal what's going on with you. So let's get down to business. We're going to be doing 20 cards in total. I'm going to try and keep this relatively short. We're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype cards, one for the divine feminine. Yes, we're dealing with divine feminine, divine masculine here. It's just an easier way to show a twin flame relationship. This is not about bodily gender. I myself incarnated as a male, but I am predominantly divine feminine, but then it depends on who I'm with, right? When I'm hanging out with my mom, who I affectionately call Hera, because she's a Hera archetype if ever there was one, I'm the prince, right? I'm the more divine masculine. But with the guy that I love, I instantly snap into divine feminine. Though I'm a top, go figure, right? It's just all energetic dynamic. And if I said divine yin, divine yang, nobody would know really. Well, a bunch of you would know what I meant. So we're going to get one for the divine feminine, one for the divine masculine, one for the twin flame relationship in and of itself. And those will sort of be the guiding archetypes and energies. Please remember, archetypes are both positive and negative. They are neutral, essentially. So it's all about alchemizing the shadow of lead into the light of gold, right? So let's do this. Cards have been blessed. I love blessing the cards before I hit record. If you watched any of the soulmate relationship spreads that I did, I actually got to do them on camera, which was fun for me. So here we go. Yeah, call in your guides, your masters, your teachers, your gods, your angels, all of that stuff, so that you can hear this clearly. And this, if this is not your reading, it's not your reading, right? So just take what works, take what clicks, leave what doesn't. Because we're doing this for the well-being of all. We're doing this for love, so that you can heal, so that you can grow, so that you can love yourself. Here we go. My pantheons. Please, one card for the divine feminine in this Cancerian twin flame relationship. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for October 2019. No, I'll send those around again, please. I don't trust flippers except the dolphins. So please, one card for the divine feminine in this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. Here we go. Oh, well, the Addict. We're off to the races on this one. Now, don't click off just yet. This can mean that you've dealt with a lot of people in addictions. Everybody has an addiction, at least one. Look, I know people who are addicted to being right, that when they're proven wrong, they go into no shit withdrawal. So though this may be what you are dealing with, of course, you have to look at your own attachments. And as you can see, there are words on that card. I'm going to read those words on that card once I get the other two out, right? So I'll just read them. I'll read them as they come out. So let's get one for the Divine Masculine here. Please, my Pantheon, same thing. I got a hair on my nose. Ow. Please, my Pantheon, one card in clarity for the Divine Masculine in this Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. Here we go. The Father. Now that's interesting. Now, by the way, the Addict archetype is part of the wild card family. The wild card family of archetypes is just that, wild card. They don't really fit into any of the others. But the Father archetype is definitely in the masculine family. There are different families of archetypes. Caroline Mace, what else can I say? It's her cards, and I love the way she works. So let's get one now for the relationship itself, right? The twin flame relationship, because already this would be parent-child, right? Really can have all sorts of different manifestations. So let's look at the relationship itself, please, my Pantheons. One card in clarity for this Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. Oh, the networker. Good. So we've got some communication. The networker is the creative family of archetypes, right? Because you create a network. And a lot of creativity goes into networks. I should know. I have to network. Like, who's not networking nowadays? Networking. So to read the card of the Addict, and I want you to get that the light is as bright as the shadow is dark. That's why I'm asking you not to click off just because the word addict came into the situation, because it's just a really important thing, because we all have addictions. It doesn't mean that you're a lifelong addict. It just means that there's some addictive stuff going on here. So the light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior, right? Confront addictive behavior, maybe your own, maybe the other, right? Maybe in the relationship itself, there's an addictive patterning. And again, codependence is a form of addiction, right? Love addiction is a thing. Relationship is an addiction thing. But of course, then we can look at workaholism, right? Food addiction, sugar addiction, drug addiction, alcohol addiction. You can even be addicted to a spiritual practice that's not serving you, because we all have to grow and evolve. The same thing forever and ever and ever more. So the shadow attribute, and this is the tricky part, obviously, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. In other words, something on the outside, what the Course in Miracles calls a false idol that you think is going to just save you, where really the divine within, the love within us is the only thing. Who we really are is the only thing that can really save us. Now, what I find, what jumps out on me there, compromises integrity and honesty. Hello, Melchior. Oh, my youngest son just decided to pop in, little kitty cameo, witch cat cameo. So, you know, I've been in so many twin flame relationships with addicts. I got to tell you that it's strengthened my ability to really summon my power back, right? Call my spirit back from others who are lying. Addicts lie. So, you know, you may be struggling with that in this other person if you are the divine feminine. Now, hang in there. You don't know just yet, unless you've already identified as divine masculine or divine feminine, which role you are playing here. Cool, cool. I mean, look, I'm addicted to coffee. That's why I make it really deliciously, right? I love my coffee. And I'm not giving it up. I'm not going through that migraine again. I did it once, never again. So let's look at the father archetype here, the divine masculine. Light attribute, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit, right? So the chief, right, the father. So need not be a male necessarily. This could totally be a boss. This could totally be a more dominant masculine figure in your life that is teaching you how to love and heal and embrace yourself and accept yourself, right? Try and get acceptance from a toxic father, which is, here's the the shadow side. Dictatorial control, abuse of authority, and that was my dad. God bless you, Dad, wherever you were, wherever you are now. Yeah, I talked to my dad. Salon's coming up too. We talk pretty regularly. It's the thing when you're talking to spirits, easy to patch in to family, right, who've crossed over. But I grew up with that, right? That dictatorial control, that crazy, right? So just to say, my father was a twin flame relationship. We absolutely had a twin flame relationship. He wanted a straight Catholic boy, son. Didn't happen. Couldn't give it to him. No, I mean, I could have pretended. I'd be dead by now. Someone would have killed me, or I would have killed myself. And I wanted a sane, stable father. Wasn't going to happen. Gemini. My dad was a Gemini boy, was he? So you can sort of feel that dynamic there, right? So perhaps your addictive patterns, you're trying to get something from them that they just can't give you, but that you can give yourself. That's the best part of a twin flame. Once you identify it, it's like, oh, you're not supposed to give that to me. I can give this to myself. Oh, thank you, in hindsight. So the relationship together, the twin flame relationship itself, the networker, and this is just for October-ish, right? Well, the relationships have archetypes like everything else, and we move through them, different lessons of power. Archetypes are all about power. So the light attribute of the networker enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy, right? So we're looking at social networks. We're looking at social media, right? Unity, right? Fifth dimensional unity consciousness through sharing information, communication. Great, wonderful. Here's the shadow for you. Conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. I'm going to say fake news, right? Like, particularly what's going on politically right now with Facebook ads and all that stuff. Oh, well, it's okay if they're false. So, you know, go with your intuition. There's something very intuitive about the networker too, about being able to, regardless of what comes in through the eyes and the ears, that you get the sense of, this feels off. To me, the strongest intuition for me is when somebody is talking and what they're saying isn't matching what I'm feeling. It's like, there's a disconnect. It's really hard to lie to me. Not that it can't be done, but the person really has to be believing their lies to be true. I'm 51. I've been through this before. I've had more twin flames. I can't say more than soulmates when you consider friends. My mom is total soulmate energy. For me, soulmate contract. So guess what we're going to do now? We're going to pull 5 cards from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Fire, Earth, Air, Water, Spirit. What the Divine Feminine wants. What she has. Should be the Earth. What she's thinking, what she's feeling in an overview in what I call the element spread. So let's do that. Please, my gods, 5 cards. Element spread for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign relationship for the Divine Feminine. 5 cards, please. Element spread. Fire, Earth, Air, Water, Spirit. Top 5 cards. Fire, what does she want? Earth, what does she have to help her get what she wants? Air, what's she thinking about it? Water, what's she feeling about it? And a spirit overview, please. Top 5 cards. Here we go. Maiden, Mother, Crone, Maiden, Mother, Crone. Let's do this. And I put them on the deck so that I don't subconsciously shuffle them. Top 5 cards. So, what does the Divine Feminine want? Element of fire. She wants her Ace of Cups as she wants it now, right? The seed of forgiveness, that offering of love, that, oh, can we just be happy? Please, can we just start from a place of happiness here, right? That Ace is beautiful. Totally makes sense. And I'm going to put up a picture of the spread once this is all done. At the end of the video, you'll see that. So what does the Divine Feminine have? What's the element of earth? If you think of the element of earth like the wick in the candle that feeds the flame, right? This is fire. Fire needs fuel. So the element of earth, the wick to the candle. The Sun card, the happy card, right? The card of enlightenment, the card of, oh, it all makes sense, that, oh, it's all out in the day, the light of day. Oh, this all makes sense. Oh, I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. I see all obstacles in my way. Sorry, they're always going to give me lyrics. I'm a writer and a reader. What do you want? So, you know, that's what you have, Divine Feminine, if you're the one watching this, or cross-watcher, that you have the sun. You can make yourself happy here. Your own light, right? Here's the mantra. I am the light I am. Even if you're like, I am the light I am. Do you remember that, you know, you are one with everything? That unity consciousness, that even the Course in Miracles says happiness is a decision I must make, right? So though you may be, again, if this is you, Divine Feminine, that you're the one watching this, usually Divine Feminines are, that what you want, you can give to yourself. You already have it. And where this is a minor arcana card, you're looking for an ace, you've got a major arcana, really the most positive card in the deck that really does lighten everything else around it. So what are you thinking? What's your element of air? Fire needs air, right? So your desire needs thought. Let's have a look. Another major arcana card, Justice. So we're looking at a balanced mind here. We're looking at what? It says it right in this card, right? Integrity and honesty. So that's why I'm thinking you might not be, well, again, everybody has their addictions, but in terms of that addict archetype, that you're really thinking this has got to be balanced. This has to be fair. This has to be what? Just. It has to be just. It has to be fair. It has to be honorable. And it has to be in its integrity. And integrity is about wholeness, like structural integrity. You know, no cracks in the foundation. Very cool. Very, very, very cool that you got that in the air. Two major arcana cards. What you feeling? What's your element of water? Now your relationship of water to fire, your emotions and your desires, right? Too much water puts out the fire. Too much fire evaporates the water. So it's finding what? That balance. So what's going on for you emotionally? And yet another major arcana card, my Divine Feminines, if you're the ones watching, the High Priestess is, yes, of course there are secrets going on. Of course the High Priestess is mostly silent. But in terms of the intuition, in terms of the voice of the soul, in terms of you being used by the divine, what is a high priest or a high priestess? A vessel through which the divine works, right? So that you can channel divine love, for example, into this relationship, heal yourself. So your intuition is probably right on, particularly with the Justice card and the Sun. You're pretty golden, should I say silver, right? The feminine metal of the two. Does anybody else hear that? Something's going on outside. I love where I live, but you never know what's going to be happening in Holbrook. Okay, good, they stopped. Did anybody else feel that vibration? I did. It made my chair vibrate. It was kind of fun. So the Spirit card, the overview, not the outcome, the overview, because fire, earth, air, and water all come from spirit. So it's sort of like that eagle eye perspective. And we've got breakthrough, success, Six of Pentacles. Success under handicapped has not been easy, and I'm so sorry. This has been rough. It is. Relationship lessons are rough. The Course in Miracles says we enter the gates of heaven 2 by 2. That means that it's, in particular, our twin flame relationships that teach us. So you're doing great, Divine Feminine. Really, you're lucking out. Don't worry, we're going to add other cards as we go. But as this is so far, this is really lovely. So I wouldn't freak out too much, because you might very well be healing your own addictions. You might very well be healing your own attachments, particularly if this Divine Masculine has been acting sneaky, right? To pull your power back, to not have to wait for your own happiness 1 second longer. Now, not that it's going to manifest instantly, but I have a feeling you're going to get that Ace of Cups by giving it to yourself. And really, what does that look like? Whatever comes up, right? If it's like, well, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I just want to be happy. It's okay, honey. I love you. It's okay to want to be happy. It's okay. I love you. Just put your hands on your heart, solar plexus, wherever the emotions are. Talk to it like a child. You're the Cancerians. You're the mothers of the zodiac. I love you. Mother yourself. Give yourself that unconditional mother love, which is interesting considering now we're going to pull 5 cards. Same thing for the Divine Masculine, the Father archetype here, and we're going to be doing that with the Mythic Tarot, one of my favorite tarot decks that I have not read with professionally in decades. I used to read it back when I lived in Boston, when I went to the Boston Conservatory of Music, Dance, and Theatre in 1986. Yeah, I also had the Salvador Dali Tarot, but I gotta tell you, not very helpful. Like, don't buy any pocket watches, they'll melt. We're just gonna pretend that sound isn't there. I hope that's not reading. It sounds like a long, sustained fart. Here we go. Little distracting. My gods, please. 5 cards, element spread for the divine masculine in this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, Twin Flame relationship for October 2019. Please, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. What's going on with the divine masculine here? Please. Oh, okay. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. What does he want? What does he have? What does he think? What does he feel? What is the overview? Top 5 cards. Maiden, Mother, Crone. That felt really good. Well, it's not going to matter. It wasn't in the top 10 anyway. So here we go. Divine masculine. If you're the one watching this, cross-watcher, or otherwise, what do you want? Well, what you want is judgment, right? You want this to come out clear too. You want either reconciliation here, right, or to make this final decision that this is either going to stay or it's going to go. You're either in or you're out, but definitely a final judgment. Now, this is the god Hermes here, the psychopomp, meaning the guide of souls. He's one of the few gods that had free access in and out of the underworld, right? He'd come and go as he wanted because he's the messenger of the gods. So perhaps there's even some divine guidance here. You're asking the divine to step in to help, but what you want is that clarity, that rebirth, that not just rising from the ashes like in the death card, but renewal, really rising from the dead in that sense of you've learned what you've had to learn. Now you want it all laid out on the table, seen clearly so that a final decision can be made. Do you stay or do you go? Because if you don't have the answers, why are you still standing here? Hey, 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 just walk away. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm channeling pop music again. Mother, I'm channeling pop music again. What does the divine masculine have? They have the King of Swords, Libra. That's what I love about this deck. Does not mince around with zodiac signs. That is Libra, cardinal air. So what the divine masculine has here is the ability to evaluate, right? Yes, it's head over heart for right now, but that's the divine masculine thing, air and fire. Divine feminine is water and earth. So it's about sort of sitting back and being fair. Now, dealing with the addict over there about honesty, right? Here, the father in the shadow, dictatorial control, or a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So this is about fairness. This is about balance, but a balanced mind. Now, granted, Libra can do that. Here, I'll do it opposite. Can do that. Well, should I? So it does not say that this person is a Libra, the divine masculine, but that what they have is Libra skills. Mad Libra skills. And good, need that clarity of mind. And if there is an imbalance going on, that mentally, and by the way, these two make a lot of sense together, the Judgment card and the Libra card. Okay, God's grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I don't even know what that noise is. But the courage to change the things I can, which is just to keep going. And the wisdom to know the difference. A little distracting. Someone's vibrator is on high. So how is the divine masculine thinking, considering in the element of earth, we've got a very mental court card. Let's look at what they are thinking. With the Nine of Swords, right? Just nightmare, right? A lot of overthinking, a lot of imbalance in thinking, and a lot of worry, right? Feeling that empathically on this card. A lot of what should I do? What should I do? Like a feeling of being trapped and not sure what to do. So keeping in mind, I'm going to briefly refer to the divine feminine with that addict archetype going on, that there might be an addiction to worry going on here. That might be, because really divine feminine, your spread is glorious. It feels really good. And particularly they want an end to all of this mental turmoil. Now, what do we do when we don't know, right? To be comfortable with uncertainty takes practice and a lot of love. Making room in your body to be comfortable, to allow uncertainty, that's what worry is. It's that we don't know. The ego takes over, the fear, the panic, all of that stuff. So just a lot of mental turmoil. I mean, pray for them. We all go through that when we don't know what's going to happen, when things are uncertain. You know, myself included, as intuitive as I am, and I'm fucking brilliant. Gotta say, gotten this far, still alive, right? Still in the body. What feels right, what doesn't feel right. As a Virgo, my mind can run a mile a minute and totally contradict what I'm feeling in my own body. And, you know, that's the challenge. How do we heal the mind? Not with the mind. The mind can't heal itself. The soul heals the mind, the heart, the open, sacred, divine love of the heart heals the mind. Yeah. What you feeling? What you feeling, Divine Masculine? Well, you know, 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, just working on it, right? Just still like, okay, all right, let me keep moving. Let me keep moving on. Let me keep manifesting. Let me put my work down. And particularly feeling there, hold on, particularly feeling there also a little bit of, like exhaustion, like physical exhaustion, just like, I don't know what else to do. I'm putting in my work. I'm taking offers as they come, but I don't even know. So it feels like the Divine Masculine is feeling exhausted and burnt out here. Might even be an employment issue going on. Might even be about needing the approval of a higher up to move forward, to get promoted, to maybe be fired or hired, right? So there's a lot going on, and particularly, okay, now I'm getting it, that with this father archetype is so used to being the provider, again, doesn't matter male or female in terms of physical embodiment, but really used to being supportive, being a guiding light, and they can't even really guide themselves right now. Probably because they're trying to do it all themselves, right? Isn't that just the third dimensional patterning of Divine Masculine energies in process, right? The ego, I have to do it myself, I have to do it myself, I have to do it myself. Where it feels like the Divine Feminine is more like, let the gods do it through me. Let Spirit do it through me. Divine Feminine is feeling a lot easier peasier on this. That's why you can give yourself the sun and the happiness that you want. But one more card down, please. The overview for the Divine Masculine, well, is 10 of Cups. I mean, really, that this relationship has the potential for that sort of satisfying emotional love, but must be given to the self. Yes, this is Cupid, Eros and Psyche. Cupid's the Roman name. Eros and Psyche, and Melchior. Shush, honey, mama's working. So can you feel that, Divine Masculine? If you're the one watching this, keep going. You have what you need in overview. In other words, if you were to pull up, you would see that this relationship, whether it is a reason, a season, or a lifetime, has potential here for 10 of Cups true happiness, but within each other individually. So here is the Divine Feminine wanting the Ace, element of fire, in the position. Here we have the Divine Masculine in the card of Spirit, really not just wanting that, but sort of having that, but the mental part, the ego is getting in the way, the fear is getting in the way, the worry is getting in the way, which totally makes sense. Okay, now what we're going to do, don't worry, more cards coming. To clarify this networker, and remember this middle lane here, if you will, this middle position, I almost said middle possession. This middle position represents the both of you, the twin flame relationship itself. And to clarify these, we are going to pull first a Healing with the Angel Oracle card, right? So my angels, please clarify this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign networker archetype in this twin flame relationship, that the relationship itself, like a third person, is the networker. So a communication here, a sharing of information. Please, my angels, one card of clarity for this Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for October 2019-ish. Well, guardian angel, that the higher selves of all involved are at work here. So imagine networking with your guardian angel, your higher self. Now, I also have another video that I did. I did a talk at Summerland Church in East Setauket, wow, a couple of weeks ago. Is that a month ago? Probably close to. Oh yeah, it was around Maven, autumnal equinox. That the guardian angel is the higher self. The guardian angel is our third dimensional perspective and experience of the higher self. Right? Oh, it's not me. It's just this fucking gigantic light being following me around. That's who you really are. That's the higher self, the soul, the spirit. It's called so many different things. The God self, the Buddha self, the Christ self, the transpersonal self. Call it what you want. It is the truth of who you are. And both of you are being put into deeper networking, energetic alignment with that. So the answers lie within, but deeper in and higher up. Deeper in and higher up. That's what is available for the networking here. That the guidance and the grace. And I don't feel like the two of you hate each other, by the way. It just feels like this is a very trying, tumultuous thing, that you're looking for each other to get what you want, and what you want is already given you within. I know, isn't that annoying? They tell me that all the time. You already have everything you need with me. I'm like, ah! So bring it. So show me, right? It's okay. You know, you don't have to like any of this stuff on the spiritual path. We don't just like take our medicine with a smile. It's okay. The gods know, the angels know, the masters and the higher selves know. It's like, really? We're allowed. They love us. And they're watching us like the ultimate reality TV, right? We must be entertaining, I would think. So let's ask the masters in their infinite guidance and grace. Oh, no, right. You want me to pull? I'm so sorry. They want me to pull, because this is the way the spread is, a Daughter of the Moon tarot and a Mythic tarot, not to represent the divine feminine and the divine masculine, but so that we can really see what the gods have to say about the twin flame relationship. So please, my gods, one card in clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. Well, Kuan Yin, right? Good old Nine of Cups. Giving it to his sister, doing it for herself. Kuan Yin, the Bodhisattva of contentment and compassion. So there is immense compassion for self and really for the other here. But this card is essentially go with the flow, right? Your Nine of Cups. It's flowing. It's moving. You've got your own, but absolutely go with the flow. Be compassionate. That this relationship has an opportunity for the two of you to be compassionate. And sure, for a bunch of you in the collective, this is the resolution of a past life thing that's gone on 3 or 4 lifetimes between the two of you, where now you actually are able to get, oh my God, you've been one of my best teachers. Thank you. The key to compassion for me, really for the past year or so, it's just been an upgrade. In terms of seeing compassion, is everybody is doing the best that they can. Everyone you meet is fighting a very hard battle, right? That's in my book, Words of Grace. You know, go read my book. It's available on my website, DrawingTheCircle.com, in the store. So, my gods, please, one card of clarity with this Mythic Tarot for this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. The Tower. Now, that's not saying that the divine masculine is having the Tower and the divine feminine is having this Nine of Cups Kuan Yin moment, but it is saying that while structures are being destroyed, dissolved, because, by the way, the Judgment card, right? And I was kind of saying rising from ashes, but a faulty structure without its integrity has been struck to the ground by the god of earthquakes, the god of the ocean, Poseidon, right? No! You know, not even, yeah, there is lightning in this card, which is really more Zeus. But the earthquake, the earthquaker, the earth shaker. So to have compassion, that there is immense compassion and go with the flow, that just because you can't give each other what you want doesn't mean you can't be loving with each other while things shake out. Now, does this indicate a breakup? Well, there are plenty of twin flame relationships that are in marriage, right? But then again, looking at this, I'm not seeing anything overtly romantic sexual here. So this could be even a family member while things really are destroyed quickly, right? Bolt of lightning, earthquake, shakes itself out, destruction of the foundation. But to really, that it might even be that compassion that's shaking and clearing that foundation for something new to be built. Now we'll ask the masters. 2 more cards down. My masters, please, 1 card of clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Sorry, 3 more cards after this. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, in this twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. Disillusionment. So what's being destroyed? Some illusions, right? And how is it being destroyed? With compassion. And what's the agent of destruction? The guardian angel, the higher self. All through networking and communication. Pretty clear. Look, disillusionment sucks. I'll be the first to say I hate being disillusioned. But that's what enlightenment is. Enlightenment is light coming in and dissolving the shadow, the illusion, that which has been hidden, right? So yeah, it sucks being disillusioned, but the other option is only being stuck in illusion. Yes, and there are those who will say that this world is an illusion, and they're right in a way, but while we're here, it is a clear reality that we are here for a purpose, not a reason. Yeah. So let's lay down the last 3 cards in this spread. 1 for the Divine Feminine, 1 for the Divine Masculine, and 1 for the Twin Flame relationship itself with the lovely, delicious Whispers of Love Oracle. Higher selves of all involved, particularly because we've got that Guardian Angel card on the table, please. 1 card in clarity for the Divine Feminine in this Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship, October 2019 and beyond. Divine Feminine, look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Look at your relationship patterns. And honestly, with the spread you've got going here, 3 major arcana cards, the overview, 6 of Pentacles about balance and success, that 1 of Cups is what you want, happiness. Look at your relationship patterns, particularly with that addict. Have you been in a string of either addictive twin flame relationships, learning how to call back your power that you've given away to something externally, something that has power over your spirit? Or are you a relationship addict, right? Or are you dealing with addicts over and over and over again? Because the thing about dealing with addicts, and believe me, I've had my share of addicts. The guy that I'm with doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. What does he do? He's no goody two shoes. I love him. But that's the thing. I want to help them. I want to heal them. I want to here, let me help you. Let me give. If you think about it, is really more Divine Masculine. The Divine Feminine now, just receive what's coming to you in terms of the guidance, the grace, the intuition, right? The divine balance and the sun. Let that in to show you the roles that you've been playing that, by the way, you needed to play. It doesn't mean that you're wrong or that you screwed up. No, but it was part of your highly individualized curriculum to get that perhaps you have enabled some addicts along the way. And then, you know, what are you doing it for? Are you doing it for the love? Are you doing it for the intimacy? Are you doing it for the sex? Are you doing it because it's your parent or your child, right? Out of honor, out of dignity, but, you know, suffering as a result. So look at your patterns in relationships, particularly if you've identified yourself as the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine is like your father, right? You know, it is true psychologically that our relationships are based on our first relationships, which is mother and father, whether they were there or not, whether they were healthy or not. And, you know, you can spend decades parsing all of that out, but you can play it out in this twin flame relationship with love, by being loving without having to, you know, burn down the house necessarily. So let's look at this Divine Masculine here, please, the higher selves of all involved. 1 card in clarity for the Divine Masculine in this Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign relationship for October 2019 and beyond. 1 card of clarity, please. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. All right, you see that? So Divine Masculine, here you are this card of judgment, right? What you want is you sort of want to get this cleared up, get this dealt with for once and for all. With your mind, you know, trying to balance things out with that 9 of Swords, all of this worry. So this 10 of Cups, the overview, you already have it. You just don't see it. Get back to what you want. Use this time to figure out what it is that you really want and what you really love, which at this point needs to be you, needs to be your path, needs to be, okay, I've made mistakes. Everybody has, right? Exhausted, right? Get back to what you love. Love you. Love your path. Now, by the way, I struggle with that myself from day to day, right? The road that I am on, the path that I have chosen ain't easy. Yeah, I was a model for a hot second in the 90s, but I'd be dead by now, right? Sex, drugs, rock and roll would have taken me out of it. There are days when I'm like, okay, I don't feel grateful and appreciative for what I have, but I want to. I want to feel gratitude. I want to feel grateful for where I am. And in that desire itself, my energy begins to bump up a little bit. The desire for gratitude and appreciation really kicks it in. So give that a shot. Get back to what you love, and maybe you've forgotten what you love. But love yourself. That's the answer, I know. Stitch it on a pillow, throw it on the couch, Grandma. One more card down, last card for this twin flame relationship in and of itself, please. Higher selves of all involved. One card of clarity for this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. Speaking the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. So again, the networker, speak from the higher self, speak to the higher self, speak the language of love. That this relationship, particularly if it's familial, family members, particularly if it's like sibling, look, my brother Matthew, by the way, he's Matthew, I'm Mark, raised by Catholics much? Totally. Irish and Italian. That, you know, we were Cain and Abel. But I love my brother now. He took a totally different path. I mean, he's a Scorpio, I'm a Virgo, totally different people, but I love him. And although we were clashing swords all of our lives, now as adults, we have at least this understanding that we love each other no matter what. And although my brother has a sense of humor that makes me look dull. I mean, he's such a potty mouth. He's funnier than I am, Scorpio humor. But we can communicate in a way that's loving. You know, it's like he has 2 sons. I have 3 cats, my 3 sons, right? So there's a compassion and an understanding, right? So just remember, as this tower shakes out, be compassionate. Whatever's going on in this twin flame relationship is serving both of you rather well. But in terms of communication, like, don't even try to figure out what to say. Just make it your prayer. Okay, God, Goddess, all that is. Give me the words. Help me speak lovingly to myself. Let me talk to my higher self. Let me speak to myself, to the child within me as the higher self. I love you. It's okay. It's okay. And that when you do communicate with each other, it can be one of, look, you can even be totally honest about it, right? Honesty and integrity. I just want to say this in a loving way, and I don't know how. So thank you, because I'm learning a lot through this. Just be honest. But truth without compassion is brutality. His Holiness the Dalai Lama said that. So speaking the language of love. A really, really great twin flame spread here for you all. The opportunity for healing, growth, evolution, and really love. This is going to serve both of you so much. Not because I said so, but because I think inside you know this to be true in this relationship. So, quickie overview. Here we go. The Divine Feminine. What you want is that Ace of Cups happiness. What you have is that card of the sun, Amaterasu, that brightness, that internal light, giving it to yourself. You already have it. What you're, whoops, I switched these around. What you are thinking, what's in your mind is about this card of justice and fairness and karma and all of this balancing itself out for the greater good. Everything's happening for the well-being of all, but our minds aren't always on board with that. But that's the way it is. Intuitively, what you're feeling emotionally is that card of the Priestess, that you're getting these downloads, you're getting this intuition, but certainly things are being kept secret as well. The High Priestess doesn't give everything all at once, parses it out as we are ready internally. Divine Feminine. And the overview of that is success. And for an addict archetype, whether you are the addict or you're dealing with addictions, others, or with with this divine masculine, then look at your pattern in relationships. That's such a great way to reframe this for yourself, to go, oh my God, this is part of my highly individualized curriculum. I signed up for this in this life when I chose to be this character and when I was chosen to play this character on planet Earth. Divine masculine, tricky but doable here. A father archetype, right? Really wanting to take that place of leadership without being dictatorial. What you want is that card of judgment for revelation, for things to be revealed, for there to be sort of a final judgment and a final decision on this, to clear the decks and complete it, to make its way from the card of judgment to the card of the world, the last card in the major arcana. What you have to help you get there is a balanced mind, the King of Swords, being fair. So just kind of say, well, what is fair? And if you don't know what is fair, absolutely keep going, because what's going on in your mind is that Nine of Swords, sort of like a nightmare scenario of worry and the fates just screwing with you, right? That there's a huge opportunity for you to rise above that here as the mind is balanced. But understand with that Seven of Pentacles there, this has not been easy. You've been putting in your work. You've been doing the best that you can, and I'm really getting a feeling of physical exhaustion here. So there's definitely some self-care needed here. Definitely some need for some rest, for some restabilization in order to move forward. And with that overview of spirit, the Ten of Cups, that all the love that you have is here, but must be given to you from you first. And how do you do that? What's the whisper of love there? Get back to what you love. Get back to what you love. That there's been too much of the mental mind game spinning around, the worry, the what if thinking, and not in the fun way. What if this all works out? Get back to what you love, whether that's a spiritual practice. It's so funny. It feels like the divine feminine is like so spiritual practice that just kind of needs a break on that. And whatever the divine masculine has been going through here really needs, not a hobby, but to really focus more on what it is that you love, that this relationship, this twin flame, is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you really want. And again, with that father archetype, there's a lot of responsibility and some burdens there going on. I get it. You need to take care of you. Now, in the center lane, as it were, this networker archetype representing the twin flame relationship itself, both of you together, a real need for communication, but with networking here, a sharing of information, right? With the guardian angel, the higher selves of both of you involved, absolutely communicate with your higher power, higher self, etc., as we had said. And that is going to bring on some really lovely Kuan Yin, bodhisattva of contentment and compassion, really a goddess of compassion, to really get that, you know what, we're all just doing the best that we can here, that we've all been fighting a hard battle, and we don't know each other's stress as much as we know our own. We barely know our own. So it's okay that the tower is going to break some stuff up, because what's being, the foundation that's being destroyed here is a faulty one that no longer serves. It did serve, it just doesn't anymore. So nobody really did anything wrong here. Everybody's doing the best that they can. But with that tower card comes disillusionment, that you both of you might have been seeing things incorrectly, but nonetheless a perception, not true vision. And to really communicate, speaking the language of love to each other, is what allows this twin flame contract to complete, to be fulfilled. So there we have it, my Cancerians. I will say, for the divine feminine, very emotional. For the divine masculine, not so much, right, for Cancerians. So hang in there, do the work. The answers are within. Oh, I know, but it is, but they are, believe me, I don't like it either. I don't like it every day, but it's really good to know that you can give yourself what you want in this relationship, and then this twin flame may be able to cool down a little bit. And if you really get the foundation is shifting big time, then you will both be able to move forward and move free into that which you truly want. Cool, cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. My subscribers, thank you so very much. Go check out my description box below. I got some cool stuff, some links down there that you might be interested in. And may you all be blessed, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. May you be blessed with all that you need to heal, to deal, to grow, and to evolve through and with this twin flame relationship for October 2019 and beyond. Thank you so much for watching. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.